Well, the time has finally come for the next Super Smash Bros., isn't it, Mario? Yup, buddy forms of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. But this time on the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, exactly, Mega Man. In fact, I'm now in the game, but in new forms of the Final Smash animation with you, Mega Man. Yeah, which is pretty cool. Yep, seems to me like it's about time for that yet again. Especially noticeable how Christmas is now getting pretty close, doesn't it? Yeah, exactly, Sheriff Woody. In fact, don't you think, Jesse? Yeah, pretty do. In fact, I'm really looking forward to Christmas with you. Mwah. Thanks, Jesse. Oh, you two look a little bit more cutie with those couples, I see. Sure thing, Starlight Glimmer. In fact, because we're in love for about 8 years since 2010. What, since when Toy Story 3 came out on the actual film? Pretty much when it comes to the incinerator scene. Spoiler alert, don't say it in front of everyone. Oops, sorry. You're just being so spoiled heavy, Starlight. Sorry, Kirby, I did not notice. Yeah, try and be more careful about it next time around. So what do you say, Mario? You ready for 101? Just like in the old days, from Brawl and Smash Bros. For the Wii U. And don't forget the 3DS version as well. But apart from that though, Mario, we don't have accessibilities with this on the 3DS, so plus we don't have two 3DSs anymore. Yup, that seems to me. But anyways, let's get into this, shall we? Yippity doo. Looks like so far I'm winning at the moment, Mario. Oh, shoot. Because I fell off the ledge, you know. Yep, so I managed to kick your butt. Haha. Yeah, very funny. Ah, you knocked me out, Mario. Thanks a lot. So take that. I'll get you back by then. Oh, this is mine. This is definitely mine. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, you dropped it. Oh, wait, it responds. Quick. Aha! Take this, supersonic time! Aw, you're gonna easily knock me out, aren't you? Or maybe I just didn't. But at least I still lived. Oh yeah, finishing move! Hoo-ha! Oh, it's no use. I can never win this no matter what. Well, at least that was a good game all in all. Yeah, after all that, Sonic is a little bit more agile than ever before. Yeah, especially according to the actual status report, that I've noticed you have a very good homing attack this time. Yeah, truth by me. Bingo. Looks like the tree is all sorted, so I guess there's no need to able to actually just let to deal with the girls this time around though, so jeez, it's about a year since you actually guys see me after all that since then. Jeez, time really do flies, doesn't it? You know what though, Sonic? What is it, Mario? We wish we can play this game all day. Yeah, but the trouble is though, is that every time we boot up the game or something like that, our Nintendo Switch is somehow blowing quite hard when it comes to the fan noises you hear. I know, it happens sometimes. Say fellas, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me three. Yeah, me as well. Yep, as you expected. Well, at least because I had to deal with the girls last year. Oh yeah, that I've noticed that you look after Princess Peach and let me guess, Tiana was in it? No. Great. But don't worry, Sonic. Eventually, when it gets to the next year or something like that, hopefully we'll add Tiana into the list. Yeah. Hopefully it'll chill you up though, Sonic. Yeah, thank you. And I do suppose that you, Starlight Glimmer, will be the new one on the ponies lineup. Yep, that's definitely true. And yeah, this is going to be interesting because, well, I'll tell you guys until when the Christmas actually starts. So Christmas is time yet again, doesn't it? Yeah, rather than just being too nitpicking with this kinds of stuff. Well, technically you did back in 2 years ago. Because I was a little bit mopey and dopey about the forms of like taking breaks with all the other shenanigans. Yeah, I still remember that time. So, what are you guys waiting for? Shall we deal with this kinds of stuff once again? After about a year or so? or actually 2 years, Mario, because, White Teddy here is dealing with the girls from about a year ago. Absolutely, Sonic. So I guess it's our turn to able to actually get back into Christmas stuff once again. Okay then, so let's hit into it. Yeah, we'll take a break on Smash Bros. Ultimate from now on though, so we'll just take a break from that stuff. And what about you guys? Of course they do. It's a shame I don't have Bullseye with me. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to do this on foot. Yeah, I guess you're right. To infinity and beyond. It's always this pure deputy space ranger, alright? Yeah, after all these years, even though I haven't really been into Christmas videos ever since in 2015. At least as far as I've heard from it. Yeah, of course, Starlight. So, we'll be waiting for, Proto Man. Yep, time's finally come. So I'll be right onto it. Yeah, after playing through all the other Mega Man games and stuff like that, so yeah, you'll never know. Come on, Kirby, let's get into the actual thing, shall we? Okay then. Oh, okay. Who done that then? That was only me, Mario. I've only just done it about a few seconds ago. You can come back in if you want. Yes, yeah, I think I should do that. So, my bad. Merry Christmas, everybody, and welcome to the Christmas 2018 unboxing special. Yes, this is the 8th time doing this, and finally we got ourselves our 2012, the last episode of the Forms of Christmas specials. Yeah, exactly, Woody. So, as per usual, that we're about to be celebrating throughout the entire Christmas, to able to actually just to get what stuff that we did get in new forms of it during the likes of it each year. So, and eventually that White Teddy will decide to do a brief recap of the forms of what gifts that we've got back in during the last year. Yeah, exactly, Sonic. So, yeah, and this time around though, that there aren't many girls this time around though, aside from Jessie, howdy though, and Starlight Glimmer, hey, and Joy here. Yep, absolutely. And I'm back for some more of the Maxi Toys productions there. Yeah, I know that, Joy. So anyways, without any further delay, and I know for the fact that we are a little bit rushed out at the moment, but either way though, because of my iPhone storage is almost gonna fill up. So, yeah, without further ado, guys, yeah, what is it? Let us get started with the Christmas 2018 unboxing video. So let's get to it. Okay, so if you couldn't tell already, because this is actually the first Christmas unboxing video within a new environment this time around though. Yeah, exactly, Sonic. Because, yeah, before we get into the forms of the actual unboxing video of this actually, do you remember by the forms of how the fact that last year that we've got a plethora of stuff, like the forms of only 2 3DS stuff, and especially noticeable with, 3 Nintendo Switch items, and especially noticeable with, one PlayStation 2 game, which is Dragon Ball Z Infinite World, and also by the forms of the only Nintendo Wii game we've got is Okami, and especially noticeable with the only PlayStation Vita game with Super Monkey Ball Banana Splits, and especially noticeable with not one but 2 consoles that we've got, which is quite more than the forms of 2016 counterpart. Okay, so before we get into this, however, though, that we did get some honorable mention items, but we're not going to show off any of those honorable mentions this time around, though, because I get a feeling we might get a little bit of a delay when it comes to other items that we're about to consider getting. But here's the actual stuff that we did got. Now, you guys are probably thinking that we actually got less items this time. Okay, fair enough. But we're really shocked about this, is that despite we got ourselves 6 items in the forms of this year's Christmas, there is no Mario or Sonic item anywhere. I know, shocking, right? So, and the second reason is the fact that because of this, most of the Mario and Sonic items will eventually be released on 2019. So that's why we don't have any of the Mario and Sonic games in here. So, yeah, it's kind of a missed unfortunate right here because of, you know, they need to make the actual games a little bit more nice and polished and everything, but believe me, you probably guaranteed by this point for those little parts right there, so... Yeah, I guess we're about to get things started right here, so even then though, we got 5 games, and especially with those controllers, which I'm about to get into just a second, and yeah, that's all I can cover for. Okay, quick jump cut right there, because I need to fetch some scissors right here to unwrap these kinds of presents. So, yeah, we're not gonna go for the DS handheld things for later on, because I think we might actually do something a little bit more different this time, because we figure we might actually get started with a PSP for starters now. So even then though, because, you know, the lack of the 3DS titles, which we don't have for this year's Christmas, so we figure we might as well do that. So these are the only 2 PSP games that we got for this year's Christmas. So let's start with the forms of the pretty much a used game, pretty much for its condition, and that's the forms of Mega Man Maverick Hunter X, which is a remake of the forms of the original Mega Man X game from the Super Nintendo. So, yeah, because the reason why we got this is because, well, we figure we might as well try out every single Mega Man X games. Yes, means including terrible ones like Mega Man X6 and Mega Man X7, but you know, you get the idea. So, and I don't know why it gets a CEX, you know, the sticker over there. I think it's because it's, we got this thing used. So, there's no cellophane on here, so that's why I just sent it able to actually compensate on. So yeah, here's the front parts. This shows Mega Man X himself, and it says Peggy 3 on here, Capcom, as always. There's a spine, PSP, Mega Man Maverick Hunter X on here, and here's the back. Get ready for extreme adventure. When Sigma leads the group of Reploids and in a revolt against mankind, it's up to X and Zero to protect the world from ruin. The revolutionary Mega Man X side-scrolling game is recreated with 3D graphics, remixed music, and special unlockable features. Side-scrolling action at its best, 13 immersive action-packed stages to master, and play as Vile, X-Arch rival, for the entirely different gameplay experience. Watch the entire new animated movie to learn more about the X's storyline because of the Day of the Sigma type of special movie. There is also a special movie that you can also watch in the forms of, let's just say, Mega Man X Legacy Collections 1 and 2, which, you know, it usually just has the exact same movie between the 2 versions throughout. So, yeah, there's not much else we can really say about it, so let's open this up. So we got the instruction booklet right here, and sadly it's black and white just because you know how Capcom games usually do black and white these days. And here's the UMD disc, features, you know, Mega Man X himself, so... In fact, it's been a long while since we actually got ourselves the PSP games, gotta think about it. Yeah, I know, Mario, because I think last time we got a PSP game was actually Burnout Dominator, because I can play that on the go for the extreme kart racing action. So yeah, that was, you know, Mega Man Maverick Hunter X, so yeah, that's that. And speaking of Mega Man, we also got another Mega Man game, but this time it's the classic Mega Man game, and that is the forms of Mega Man Powered Up, which, as far as I can tell, is a remake of Mega Man 1, because you can see the familiar Robot Masters, including these 2 new ones, which are Oil Man and Time Man. So, but even then though, I'm really looking forward to able to having this, because you know how the fact that we did done the Mega Man Marathon recently, during the likes of in August during this year. So here's the front cover of the game, and as you can tell, this is a PAL copy because of they show us Mega Man, and especially with all 8 Robot Masters in the game, including the evil genius Diabolical Dr. Wily. Yeah, and the only major difference is, I just realized, in the forms of the PAL version, especially with the American versions, that the American version's cover only just shows Mega Man on here, which I don't know why, but hey, at least it's fun, you know. So here's the front cover of the PAL version, and here's the spine, Mega Man powered up. And here's the back, Mega Man like you've never seen him, like you'll never see him. Yeah, as far as you can tell from this point. The diabolical Dr. Wily is hell-bent on the world's domination, and only Mega Man can stop him as his evil minions with a fantastic new look and amazing new powers. Like, you know, the Oil Man and Time Man powers, which I've already established that before. The original Mega Man returns with his wildest adventure yet, and, yeah, an all-new Mega Man for the PSP. For the first time ever, you can play as one of the powerful bosses. Yes, you can actually play as one of these robot masters kind of thing about it, which is pretty cool. Take control and build and explore your own levels with the edited tour, so you can actually, this is a bit like how it does it in, you know, in Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2 minis, March of the Minis, that you can able to create your own levels, and that was before when, you know, Super Mario Maker was a thing in 2015 and 2016, but this game came out in 2006. And by the way, with the forms of Maverick Contra X, this came out in 2005, so can't believe these games were old. Yeah, no. Use the PSP interface mode to send your creations to other users around the world. Yes, because back in the day, they usually have the online functionalities and stuff. So, anyways, as you can tell, this is the brand new sealed version of this. So, yeah, pretty surprised about this actually, because originally that Capcom was eventually trying to make Mega Man 2 a remake, but as far as I've heard from this, is that the selling points didn't exactly do that well as it used to be. Because the reason being for that is because of some people think that the first Mega Man game, the first game in the series anyway, is actually a little bit more, well, kind of dated. Well, not so much dated, but it's just more accurately. Although don't get me wrong, it is still a very fantastic looking game, but I just don't know why they didn't sell that much for this point. So here's the inside of this. So we got a manual for the game, including by the advertising for other PSP titles by Capcom, obviously. So let's check out the manual, and just like Maverick Contra X, it's in black and white still, so who knows? That's what Capcom usually does though these days. There's the back of the, you know, the actual code, which I'm not going to go for all that. There's the UMD for Mega Man Powered Up, which features, I believe, Fireman and Mega Man himself. So, yeah, I'm very glad that we got this, because as far as I'm aware, this game is disgustingly expensive for, not just for a used copy or anything, or maybe it's because of new sealed copies for that as well. So, as far as worth mentioning. And briefly mention about the forms of Maverick Contra X quickly. There was actually a demo of the forms of Mega Man Powered Up, because yes, this game came out in 2005, and then this came out in 2006, so I just want to point things out. Now on to the only Nintendo Switch game that we did got, and that is Crash Bandicoot, the N-Sane Trilogy. And because we got the Switch version, because we figured we might actually play this on the go for our own time anyway. And, excuse me. Sorry about that. Anyway, we also got the PS4 version of the game, but I haven't really gone back into the PS4 version for quite some time. Maybe we'll come back into that at one point or another, but I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, you get the idea with this game. So here's the front cover. It features Crash Bandicoot himself, including Dr. Neo Cortex from the right, and Aku Aku right here. And it include 3 games, like, you know, the original Crash Bandicoot 1, Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. But this time around though, original 3 games remastered. So it says by Activision right there, so I really appreciate it with this kinds of stuff. So, you know, you get the idea. So here's the spine. So here's Crash Bandicoot N-Sane Trilogy. And here's the back. Crash is back and insanely better, which I think you already know about this is. So 3 full games, 100 plus levels, and 2 playable characters, stuff like Crash Bandicoot himself, including his sister Coco. So yeah, you get the idea. experience intense platforming, epic challenges and adventures, stunning new animations and graphics. So, and of course the Switch Pro controller is compatible, which is very good because you know, you get the idea. And it features on TV mode, it's only one player, and tabletop mode was one player, and handheld mode was also one player. So there aren't any co-op aspects about the actual full game itself actually. So yeah, let's go ahead and just unwrap this. So yeah, because we've only just got one Nintendo Switch game as far as you guys can clearly tell by this point, because well, you know how the fact that recently we've actually got ourselves the forms of you know, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate during the likes of in day one when the actual game came out. So, but yeah, that's as far as I can usually tell by this point. And originally we decided able to get, you know, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe for the likes of during that time, but of course the release date is going to be in 2019. So, in fact, the majority of the forms of the actual upcoming titles, specifically by the forms of, you know, Yoshi's Crafted World, and especially notable with Kingdom Hearts 3, and even Mario Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey, and you know, you get the idea. So that's the starting off for Crash Bandicoot N-Sane Trilogy for the Switch. Not much content in here other than the actual game card itself, so not much anything else in here besides the actual, like, the logo and the background itself. So yeah, really looking forward to this. And it says on here, especially noticeable if you actually purchase the Xbox One version as well, it features 2 bonus levels included, such as Stormy Ascent, which is probably the most difficult level in the entire Crash Bandicoot games out there, and Future Tense from Crash Bandicoot 3. So yeah, really looking forward to replaying that, but this time on the Nintendo Switch, so really looking forward to that. Right, we moved on to the only Nintendo Wii game that we've got, just like the ones in last year, and that is the Simpsons Game for the Nintendo Wii. The reason why we got the Nintendo Wii version of the Simpsons Game is because if you remember, if you go into the sewer level by default, if you can take control of Bart Simpson and Lisa Simpson as well, there's actually this clever sound effects that's actually included in this version of the game, and that's the forms of the Mario Warp Pipe type of sound effects, because unlike the PS3 version and the Xbox 360 version, and especially noticeable with I would say the PS2 version as well, they don't include the forms of the Mario sound effects. It's probably because of how the fact that, well, Sony and Microsoft doesn't do that, because, well, obviously Nintendo does everything about it. So yeah, here's the front cover of the Wii version of the Simpsons Game. It shows Homer Simpson in the front. I think that's what it does that in every single versions of the game, and with the forms of the actual alien right here. PEGI 12+, so as you expected from other Simpsons games. So here's the spine, and here's the actual back. Save the Simpsons from the video game in Purgatory. And it says on here on the corner, it says right here, only 2 players, so you can actually play a cooperative aspect of the game. The Simpsons punch, nick, and deteriorate and eat their way through the video game industry. The hilarious plot written by Simpsons writers spoke by your Springfield favorites. Over 40 minutes of new animation from The Simpsons you won't see anywhere else. Have a friend drop in and out of your game in any time in a co-op mode. So yeah, that's as far as I can expect it at this point. So, I'm sorry this came out in 2007, so I really cannot believe this has been out for 11 years right now. Especially noticeable how the fact that this game came out the exact same year as the Simpsons movie came out. So, yeah, because of that though, yeah. And there's also another reason we've got the Wii version of the Simpsons Game is because, well, we actually got ourselves both The Simpsons Hit and Run, and especially noticeable with The Simpsons Road Rage, both on the Nintendo GameCube, by the way. So that we figure we can able to get ourselves a Nintendo platform version of The Simpsons Game itself, because obviously this game didn't came on the Nintendo GameCube because, you know, the GameCube's life cycle has been, you know, expired. So, as far as I realized about something, we got a different case in here, so let's open that up. So yeah, here's the forms of the actual disc itself. Not much anything in here other than the actual the logo itself, and let's check out the manual real quickly. And sadly though, it's once again in black and white. I'm pretty sure because of EA's have to do something like that. I remember EA is doing very grand job back in the day, but no longer a thing sadly. So, you know, there's there. So yeah, that's the Simpsons game. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to replaying playing this, because after all we got every single The Simpsons game onto that specific Nintendo consoles. Now on to the last game before we move on to the actual final thing of this, and that is Okami Den from the Nintendo DS, because much like last year that we've got Okami from the Nintendo Wii, but this time around, excuse me about, I'm really sorry about this point folks, because I keep on, well, I'm just dead tired from last night because I was so looking forward to this year's Christmas actually. So anyways though, so because of that, we actually got Okami back in last year actually in 2017 for the Nintendo Wii, so that we figure in this year that we got ourselves Okami Den for the Nintendo DS this year. So and as you can see, this is the American version of the game, so if you can tell, the case itself is a little bit more different. And we did normally used to have the first American game of the Nintendo DS department, which is Dragon Ball Origins, but we no longer have that sadly, just because I found the controls in that game to be quite clunky, as what Piglet mentioned about that in the forms have been during the likes of in Christmas 2012 video. So anyways though, here's the front cover of Okami Den here, and it shows us right here is the American rating. Everyone 10+. So Nintendo DS, and here's the spine of the actual game, and here's the back. Draw color into the world. The land of Nimbulon is threatened again by a dark, corrupting evil. As a young god, I really can't pronounce that name very well, I do apologize for that, but it says like Chupiazo, I'm presuming. Discover inner divine powers and meet new partners and develop friendship as you embark on a compelling adventure to restore nature's beauty to the land. And it says on here, it says the rewards system back in specifically in 2010, because this game did first announce it back in 2010. So yeah, it's probably going to notice that. Solve clever puzzles and battle forces of the darkness with the powerful celestial brush. Experience gorgeous visuals inspired by traditional Japanese watercolor art. You know, just like the ones that how it does in the first game, but this time around though it's on the handheld. So it's kind of weird kind of think about it, because in the first game in the series, it's usually on the console versions, mainly by the forms of Nintendo Wii, and especially notable with later on during the likes of, well, in 2006, they did first release it on the PlayStation 2, and then later on in 2013, or 2012 rather, they did release it on the PS3, and I kind of wish that this game will actually get ourselves a re-release in the forms of, well, let's just say on the Switch or something, but no answers for that. And I'm guessing this game did manage to sold out quite really fast back in during the likes of, I think this came out in its forms of during the likes of 2011, if I can recall it that, even though it does say 2010 on here, to be quite frank, White Teddy. Yeah, I know that. Oh dang, these cases are so hard to open. Anyways though, oh, I just realized about something. We don't have, oh, we got a manual right there. Kind of odd to able to actually place that right at the very bottom, that is. So I'm gonna switch that to there, so that way it makes it pretty obvious. I've no idea what was up with these manuals these days, but either way, I'm pretty sure this might be something to do with like something else. So, and as to be expected by this point right now, we got a game card. So, but luckily though, especially notable, we did try it out with Dragon Ball Origins back in the day with Nintendo DSi. This is completely region free, so that way I can able to play that at any time. So yeah, that's about that. And now move on to the final item in this year's Christmas, and that is the forms of... Okay, quick right there, because of, if you couldn't tell already, my phone storage has been full up already, so we have to like do something with our data, because you know, just like how it does in our Let's Play of Mario Kart 7, that it always does that all the time though. So anyway, yeah, let's just move on to the forms of the 6th and the final item for this year's Christmas department, and that is the forms of the new pairs of controllers, to be more specifically, the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con pair Neon Yellow. And the reason why we got this is because, well, do you remember, by the informs that we actually got ourselves quite a few of these Joy-Cons, and we actually got 6 of them at the moment, including more the next 2, from which is over there. So we've got ourselves the first set, which are the grey ones, which we got with the system. And the second pair of controllers for these Joy-Cons, we got ourselves red and blue. So we got the neon red here and the neon blue. And the third set of Joy-Cons we've got, it is the neon green and the neon pink, which are these 2 Joy-Cons I'm currently using at the moment. So it will be nice to be able to actually have ourselves like both pink and both green, but they usually just manage to got them imported. So, but it's a good thing that we got ourselves the 4th set of these Joy-Cons right now, which appears to be the neon yellow, which they are both of them actually. So, you know, just like how it does it in the actual Nintendo Switch, they I'm pretty sure, you know, we get the idea. So here's the packaging itself. I'm pretty sure you guys should already know about this at this point. And seems luckily for us though, we actually got a neon yellow colors of these Joy-Cons, is because they cost about less than 55 quid as far as I'm concerned with this particular price, which is very lucky, because even then, every nowadays, these colors are pretty hard to find right now. So yeah, here's the actual front part of the box, and here's these sides of the actual Joy-Con yellow, neon yellow colors. The back of this, I'm pretty sure you guys should already know about this. This set of controllers for playing Nintendo Switch software combines buttons with natural, insensitive motions, and such as waving and shaking. You know, stuff games like, you know, 1-2 Switch, Super Mario Odyssey, and especially noticeable with Super Mario Party, and all kinds of Nintendo first-party games and stuff. So anyway, let's just go ahead and open this, and yeah, it seems I'm really looking forward to able to actually try out the 4th set of those Joy-Cons. So unfortunately, we might be a little bit worried if we actually tear up the box entirely, but we got it in the end. Yeah, in fact, these boxes are pretty easy to open though, if I think about it. So you guys should already know about these Joy-Cons pretty much, so yeah, we'll show those anyway. So let's we'll keep the box for its collector's sake. Yeah, especially with you know, the actual controls themselves. So here we have these little Joy-Con straps here, in case if you want to play the 2D platforming games with the forms of the sideways controllers types. So let's open up one of them. Alright, another jump card right there, because if you couldn't tell, because we actually just managed to stick them back on into the bubble wrap and stuff. Once again, our iPhone storage has been filling up. I seriously don't know what's going on with this, because we just need to get ourselves the upgraded storage or something like that. But anyways though, enough about that. So that's the Joy-Con right of neon yellow. So it looks very, very pure bright, natural fact. And let's open up this, you know, unwrap the left Joy-Con. Oh, didn't meant to knock the camera. But anyway, enough about that. So let's go ahead and just take this out. And will you look at that? So here's the forms of both of these Joy-Cons of neon yellow. So that's pretty colorful if you ask me. Sure, they might be a little bit greenish if you look at the reality world, but when it comes to looking at the video footage, if you speak for itself, it's all bright yellow. So yeah, that's pretty colorful if you ask me. So here's the left Joy-Con. So we got ourselves these directional pads here, and the analog stick, and the minus button, and the capture button. Yeah, you've seen a lot of those Joy-Cons unboxing videos. You already know about this. So SL and SR buttons, and the buttons on the top here. Of course, we'll charge those up until whenever we actually decide to use them, especially if we can able to try out first Bandicoot N-Sane Trilogy on the Nintendo Switch, obviously. So here's the Joy-Con right, and we got full face buttons here, and the hold button, and the special noticeable on the right analog stick. N-Sane has our buttons yet again, especially with that sync button for those most Joy-Cons these days, and the R button and the ZR buttons and the sensor right there. So yeah, and I think it seems to say, if we move the camera for slightly, that not only do we get ourselves our neon yellow Joy-Cons, and we also got ourselves, you know, the neon green and neon pink colors of those Joy-Cons. Yeah, by the way, we actually once again going to be wearing our Christmas jumpers, much like in any other Christmas videos at this rate. And yeah, and also we got the neon blue and red, and finally we got ourselves the grey colors. So yeah, I'm really a huge fan when it comes to collecting those Nintendo Switch accessories these days, because most of the time we got ourselves the forms of other accessories like the, you know, get that out. We got ourselves the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con chargers, so that way we can charge that at any point. So yeah, that was about it when it comes to Christmas 2019 unboxing video. Oh yeah, we got to able to unwrap those straps really quickly before we able to finish things off. So you get the idea with these straps here, so you get yourself these little shoulder buttons. It's very easy to press if you're playing like, you know, these Joy-Cons in the, you know, horizontal position. So yeah, you get the idea with these. So yeah, nothing too special about these, other than the fact that it could be very useful in some games, most notably Super Mario Party. So anyways though, enough about that, and let's see the actual main result. And there you have it, folks. Now we got ourselves every single items for this year's Christmas. And I do apologize by the actual sunlight, but that's only because of how the fact that it's only about almost 12 right now. So naturally, that's where we're gonna be having our Christmas lunch by then. So yeah, let's take a look at the forms of the gifts that we've got this year. Again, not much by comparison to the forms of last year's counterparts by the forms of 2017, but apart from that though, 2018 has been an average run. Well, except the fact that, White Teddy, that there is no Mario or Sonic items anywhere. Well, the truth is though, Sonic, is that your items will be at 2019 to be more exact. Yeah, no, that's kind of a shame for me. So anyways, hope you guys do enjoy this particular unboxing video of Christmas 2018 unboxing special. I know it's a little bit rushed out just because of our iPhone is pretty stingy at the moment. Yeah, exactly, Proto Man. Yeah, I bet this might be something to do with Dr. Wily again. Well, truth be told, Mega Man, I'm pretty sure that Dr. Wily is nowhere to be seen throughout, so let's not worry about it too much. Yeah, after all, you've got us, though. Yep, in addition with me as well. Yup, and including me too. So yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy this. So this is me, White Teddy here, Sonic the Hedgehog, Proto Man, Kirby, and Jesse here, Woody, ho, Mega Man, Starlight Glimmer, Mario, Joy, Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, and we'll see you guys enjoying at some point in 2019 possibilities. And hope you guys do have a very good Christmas for this year, and spending time with your family and all that stuff. You probably get the idea at this point in time. And eventually, until Boxing Day, up until the very end of 2018, that we're actually going to be doing a grand finale Let's Plays department, especially with not one, but two Let's Plays that we might actually deal with, like Mega Man 11. Oh yeah, of course, Mega Man. We need to do Mega Man 11 now. And especially with the third Don Bluth game, arcade game, which is Space Ace. Oh yeah, Space Ace. We forgot about that, actually. So I hope you guys do enjoy it, and I'll see you guys then. And I do apologize by the forms that this video is kind of rushed, and especially noticeable it's kind of unpolished in comparison to last year, because as we said this before, it's just our phone storage has been limited. Yeah, I know, because of 16 gigabytes. So yeah, thanks for watching. So see you guys then. Ciao.